Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about a process through which we can create a Cobol source. Okay. In our last session, we started with the introduction of Cobol language, where we discussed like what is Cobol, why we learn about Cobol, and also we have also discussed the basic structure of the program structure for the Cobol language. Okay. So with that session, we are done with the theoretical description and introduction. Now we are going to start with the practical things. So in this session, mainly I'm going to explain you how we can create a source for the COBOL in IBMI system. Okay, as I informed you earlier also, like you can also use a online compiler for COBOL for executing the COBOL sources. But here we are utilizing the IBMI system because we have already covered various playlists for RPGLE, CLLE language. So in the same manner, we are going to use the IBMI system itself for COBOL development. Okay. If you don't know how to install and how to set up this thing, like we are using here Access Client solution. So you can also install it because there is one session in you will find in IBMI series playlist where you will find the one session for installing the access client solution, and also there is one session for setting up the pub 400 account, which is a public server. So you can request for the credential for pub 400 and then you can use the same process that we are doing here. So it is up to you if you would like to go with the IBMI development. Means if you want to develop your sources for COBOL in IBMI system, then you can use this method. Otherwise, you can use any online compiler. Like you can also use VS Code for the COBOL development. So it is totally up to you. But the sources that we are going to discuss here, you can use in any platform using any emulator. Okay. Fine. So let's see how we can create the first source for COBOL program. So for that, make sure that you are in this work member PDM screen. If you are not, then you can simply write here work MBR PDM. Once you write work MBR PDM, then hit enter. Now on this screen, work with member using PDM, you can press F6 function key. What this F6 will do, it will open this start source entry utility screen, which is strsu screen. Now from here, you can create your source. So source is getting created here in QCBLLESRC, which is in library Sharmit 1. So here we are supposed to provide the source member name. So let's say I want to create a source with a name PGM2. So I can simply put it here PGM. Then we are supposed to provide the source type. If you don't know what is the source type for COBOL, then you can simply take F4 here and then you can find two options for COBOL. Although there are other options as well, but for time being, just focus on these two options. These two types, which is CBL, which is just a normal COBOL source, and CBLLE, which is for the COBOL plus ILE sources. Okay, so those who know about the CL thing, that we used right CLP and CLLE program. So in a same manner for COBOL we have CBL and CBLLE. If you are using CBLLE, that means you can also utilize the ILE concepts with COBOL. Clear? Fine. So for initial development, we will go with CBLLE. So simply copy it here and just paste it in the source type field. Then simply hit enter. So what we have mentioned so far, we have mentioned that my program source member name would be PGM2 and the type would be CBLLE. Now this is an optional thing where you can put the description for your source, but I always recommend to put the description here. So for time being, I will put it as testing for COBOL. Okay, but you can give a meaningful description here as per your source. Testing for COBOL, and then just simply hit enter. The moment when you hit enter, it will add the source like this. It will open this file where we can write our code. Okay. Now just to keep these lines, you can put your cursor at the last line and just put any text just to add those lines. Okay. So you can see now the line has been added, and then later maybe you can remove this text. Okay. Fine. So this is the source, and now if you would like to save and exit this source, then simply write here file and hit enter. So you can see your object has been added here, your source has been added here. Fine. So let's take option 2 here for edit. Now there are few questions. Can we write code from here in the first line itself? No. There are some set of rules that we have to follow in order to write COBOL program. Okay. Okay. So now focus on this first line. My cursor is on the first line. Now from here you can count till 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these initial 6 dot, or you can say these initial 6 spaces is reserved for the line number. Okay, the area that I have selected. So make sure to not put your code in these lines. This is for the sequence number, or you can say line number. Okay, so let me show you the information that I have noted on the section B. So from first to 6 it is for column numbers reserved for line number. Okay, in some emulator it automatically add the line number here, but here in IBM it will not add, but you can keep it blank because this is reserved keyword. Okay, although we are getting the sequence number here itself and on the left side, but in some emulator when you write the code it will automatically add your line number here. So if you are using any other emulator, maybe Hercules or anything else, then in that case it will automatically add your spaces line sequence number here. Okay, fine. Then on 7th position is reserved for indicators. Now what all possible value we can put here? We can have asterisk here, which would indicate comment, hyphen, which would indicate the continuation, and forward slash, which would indicate the form feed. Now what are all these things that we will discuss in later part. Okay, but for timing just understand that yes, we can provide 3 values on the 7th position, which could be either asterisk, hyphen or forward slash. Okay, so these are the 6 position, means till here. Let me put my cursor here. Yeah, so here we are on the 6th position, then you can move towards 7th position. Just in the format line you can see there is a hyphen. So below to this hyphen, if you write asterisk, it would be considered as a comment line. If you put let me put hyphen here, then it is a continuation, and in case of forward slash it would be considered as a form feed. I'll explain you all these 3 things, but for time being just focus on these things, that on 8th line on the 7th line, not 8th line, on 7th line we have to put these things. After 7, if I move my cursor right side, you can this is the 8th position, this is the 7th position. So on 8th position you can see here it is written A, which is indicating area A. So we should know about these things. Okay, this is very important thing, so I request you to keep a note of everything that we are discussing here. So from 8 to 11th position is reserved for the area B. So from here you can count 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So from here, let me highlight it for you. This portion is for area A. Okay, so what all information we can put in area A? It contains all COBOL divisions. We learned about that, right? Divisions. So it contains all division, sections, paragraphs, and some special entries must begin in area A. Then from 12 to 72, this is the main portion, which is area B, which contain all COBOL statement must begin in area B. Okay, so from 12th to 72, so this is 12th position. From here to here you can keep everything as a main line of your program, this area. Okay, and after that, like this position 73 to 80, this program, this place we are not using as compared to other section, but yes, a programmer can use it as per their need. You can keep extra comment or any extra information you would like to keep here, you can put it. Okay, but the main thing is from 1 to 6 we will put only the, we will keep it blank because this is reserved for line number. Then we have 7, which is indicating asterisk, which is either indicating asterisk, hyphen or forward slash. Then from 8 to 11 we will keep it as area A. 12 to 70 is considered as area B, and 73 to 80 is the extra spaces for the programmer. So programmer can keep anything with, let's say, tags or anything which he wants to put. Okay, fine. So yeah, I think now you have basic positioning ID, like how we can use. And let's say if you're working on any particular line, and let's say if I am writing code here, okay, so if I want to check like on which position I am, so I can put my cursor here, just put F. So what it will do, it will add your format line. So then I can easily adjust. Let's say if I want to make it as area A data, so I can keep it like this. Okay, so you can use this shortcut. This would be very helpful for us. And in order to remove that format line, you can press F5, so it will automatically remove that line. And if you want to enable it again, you can write F and hit enter. Clear? Fine. So these are the some basic things which we should know before writing the first program. So I think now it is clear to you like how we can create or add a source for Cobol program. Similarly, you can also add for CBLE. No change, just change the type, and rest process would be the same. Okay, and for this information you can keep a note of it because this is very important. But if don't get confused in for these things, because if you are not comfortable with these things right now, so it's okay. By the time we will learn it, we will explain each and everything with some examples, so it will automatically clear your doubts. Okay, so yeah, that's all for this session. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.